All right, I've hit go live now. Let's see if this is working. I'll wait for a chat to come in so we can talk a bit. But yeah, hello everyone. It's been a while. I finally got an opportunity to even do something related to YouTube, which has been nice. And today I'll be working on Loco, doing some Unreal solo deving. So what I'll do is let me just get a little bit sorted over here. I know I can pop out chat so we can see chat there like that. Oh, it says we're not getting. Yeah, but we're on the live stream. Dropped frames 65%. Yikes. Okay. Yeah, we're definitely not getting enough there. Let me go into settings quickly and just have a look at. Okay, that's probably it. We'll have to fix that. Can I fix that live? Oh, oh, OBS is crashing. OBS is crashing. All right, I'm back. It's looking a little bit better. Turns out my upload speed is trash. I don't know what's happened since the last time. Okay, no, we're in the green here, no BS. Let's have a look at the quality. Yeah, okay. I'm back. Look, it's not the best quality, which is a shame. Part of me is like, do I risk it and try and double it? No, let's just do that much. Anyways. Now we're doing excellent quality. Welcome, everyone. Feel free to type in chat and say hello. I'll be reading it. Yeah, Carius. Look, Aussie internet isn't that bad, especially in the newer areas. Sure, it isn't anything compared to, the rest of the world, but we've also got a lot more distance than, Europe. Yeah, I think it's just more red tape, infrastructure, and corporate greed more than anything. And look, I'm gonna get rid of stream elements because I don't know why the heck that's even a thing in chat right now. So let's go take care of that, shall we? I think originally it was to like say stuff, right? Like get Steam keys or whatever. But how is everyone doing? Anything we want to do on stream today? I'm going to be working on Loco, obviously, but I'm curious to see because it's been a while. how everything's been going. Of course, I need to verify it by using my phone. What else has been happening recently with everyone? I have been hard at work, working casual jobs, and now looking for new work. And then I start uni start of next month. And so during next month, I'm going to go to a games expo and showcase Coco Loco. And so I'm trying to get a decent demo out and ready by then. And I'll show you what I've got so far and whether or not you guys think I should, you know, if I'm ready for it or not. Look, we'll keep stream elements in because it looks like... What do you mean you're not receiving enough data? Man, this sucks. Alright, let's just get into game deving. Hey Justin, nice to see you. Let's do... close that. Close that. Says the audio bitrate is 0. But it's not. It's 160. I think it says it's 0 when I'm completely cut off because it's 0 bits. Anyways, let's go. Let's go here. Okay, we're going to close some of these OBS windows. Whoa! And here we are. Here is the Coco Loco project we've got going. And most recently, we're working on the tutorial that, when we hit play, looks like this. At the expo, there's going to be controller only, so we're going to make sure that all the inputs, we're going to fake it, basically. Oh, that's right, we're working on this. Because this one right here, we're using rich text. I don't know if anyone's really good at using rich text. Or if there's even any, like... So I'm going to TGX. It's called the Game Expo in Melbourne during March. Thank you. Yeah, people keep saying it's a Naruto run. I just think that's how Animal Crossing characters run as well. They do a Naruto run. Like chibi characters just do it in general because it shows speed. Because the issue is if we have the regular text size, the default. I mean, I guess that fits, doesn't it? Let's try that again. See, this one we need to make smaller. Keras, it's a cozy cafe game. So it's where you wait tables and serve customers, and then we have a little story. It's like a lot of Flash games I played growing up, where you'd be like a restaurant owner or something. So it's very simple gameplay. It was meant to be like a 6-month project that's ballooned into quite a few years. But that's what happens when you work full time and you learn new systems and you change game engines. And it's very much a project less on getting something out the door and more actually refining my skills as a developer. Yeah, okay. I thought text 20 was an option, but we'll have to have a look. Okay, so I've got different sizes. We'll call it text 15, text 30, text 45. So we'll try text. I think 25 is the standard. We'll even just try 25 to see. Yeah, honestly, I'm the opposite now. I feel like I've gotten a really good grasp on blueprints and slowly making my way to C++, which if I focus on enough, I reckon I'll be fine with. For me, it's just getting the art and the 3D art, especially in animation, is a pain in my butt. And texturing. See, that one's still a bit too. We almost need like a 10. Let's see what. Sorry, it's because that was actually at a 25. Like I'm thinking after, depending on the reception at the Game Expo, really pulling back on the art. And trying to make it look as. Oh yeah, that's way too small. That's tiny. Okay, I think we're gonna change. So we've got 15. Look, I think 15. Okay, we just keep 15. We'll make this one 20. Icarus, look, if you want to collab, feel free to show some of your stuff. I've had several, like tens of people wanting to work and collab together, and no one seems to want to work past like one bit of asset or half an asset. So if you can show some of your work and feel committed to do that sort of thing, do it together. I'm open to it because I do need the help. But I've had people have full access to the project for months and just haven't done anything, to the point where it's like, okay, you're wasting my time, because instead of working on the things I kind of asked you to do, essentially, they don't do anything. So that's my one thing, is like when I collab with people now, it's like, okay, I'm committed to this, and of course there'll be times where I can't commit fully to it, but I will always be working on stuff. Curious email, probably. I mean, depends. If you've got portfolio stuff, I'm happy for a link in chat here. Otherwise, probably email, just because Discord things get lost very easily. Email, at least for this sort of things, a bit more easier to manage. Which is just on my YouTube channel. There's like an email there you can see. Stan, you've been working on a pure 3D C++ app built on top of Raylib. Interesting. Why? I'm curious to know. Well, I guess, yeah, so you're using Raylib as the library and then just using C++ as the, like, instead of... Because I know Raylib has a few flavors of programming languages you can use. And I actually think I started doing that myself during one of my uni breaks, but then was like... there are other things essential, like this game, that I had to work on. I have my camera on so you can actually see me. Sorry, that's the wrong button. This one. So yeah, really, really cool. And Kiernan, hello. Hello as always. So now we're going to change this text to 20. Really? Is that 20? Man, I feel like 25 is the perfect size, but for some reason still getting a bit of I'm curious to know what you're working on. Like, what was the app, the 3D app you're working on? In Curious too, what are your projects, and what's your style of 3D as well? Because I know people have very different styles. Yeah, I think we need to change the borders just a little bit. Unless if we do like a 22. We'll do that. We'll do a 22. Like, I hate doing this, but I also feel like it's going to be an appropriate size that we use quite commonly. 22. Okay, so the next one, I reckon we can do... What do we reckon? Text 25? Am I caps lock on? I am. Oh, it's very cool, Justin. Yeah, that's it. Oh, I don't think that was meant to. Lots of different projects. That's exciting. That's good. Everyone's busy. No, this past little bit, it's been me just trying to declutter my headspace in all my different projects. That's why I haven't done any YouTube videos or for the other channel either. No edits, no side hustles, just working on work that brings in money fortnightly, as well as Coco Loco. And that's been it. No little side projects, no little whatevers, just because, yeah. Been a lot more productive, I've noticed, the Coco Loco since then, so it's been really good to see. Okay, so that worked. Yep. Okay, that's the next one, which I reckon we can do another 25. Yeah, Justin, that's a lot of stuff. Did I miss? Here we go. Text 25. I don't know how this is going to work with the rich text. Curious, it's some pretty cool stuff you've been working on. Yeah, okay. Let's do a quick YouTube search. You know actually what I reckon it's going to say. And I just figured it out. It's probably going to want you to do it like that. Then you have one dish. So it's probably so small we can't even see it. Because of my terrible bitrate. See if that worked. Get chat back up. Thank you very much, Justin. I've been hard at work on it. Never enough time or resources, really. Yeah. Yeah, okay. What I'm going to do is grab a bit of text here, open Notepad. Hopefully that isn't... Okay, cool. I hate how Notepad works now in Windows 11 because it's just like, yeah, let's just keep open everything you've ever like used. Karis, I've never heard of either of those things. Brave Fencer. Oh yeah, all the original Final Fantasy. Yeah, I mean for me, it's more inspiration from. I was going to say Loco. I'm like, no, that's what the game's called. Animal Crossing and Overcooked. Okay, so if we close that, open it, close, open, close. See, that looks right to me. Oh yeah, Chaos, you're definitely right. Notepad plus plus is better. I feel like I uninstalled Notepad plus plus because of like I just used VS Code for a lot of the things I use that for. You know, you would just hope that Notepad, if it comes standard in Windows, it would be good. But of course it's not. Of course it's not. They have to complicate it. And so instead of, just using the standard applications that come installed on my operating system, I have to install a separate one managed by someone else. Like, it's just... That makes me so mad. I mean, Notepad is still pretty fast. Like, that there's no issue there with speed. I think it's just more just user experience. Like, I just want a blank notepad I can type notes for a few seconds and then just get rid of. But I'm just trying to make sure that my rich text here is making sense. I don't know if any of you have used rich text. I haven't actually hardly done anything with rich text, so it's something that I need to actually just probably watch a video on or read some documentation to actually know how it works properly. Because what we want is we want to highlight this one dish that we have here that obviously makes it red. But then we also want to change the text size. Hello, Dan. Welcome. Good afternoon. It is currently 1:30 p.m. on Tuesday for me. And I've been very busy and tired. Hard at work doing things. But today working on Loco, which is always good. Is that hand in the way? Hopefully not too much. But it is closed. Okay. Let's just see if this works. I doubt it did, but this is what someone has suggested that I do. Walk, walk, walk. Looked in, it's fun. You know, I haven't really done many playtests. And usually my playtests now is I've picked out a few people who have actually given good feedback and just gone back to them. Other people kind of gave general feedback or things like the art isn't ready or the animations aren't good. Where I'm like, we're not focusing on that right now. So trying to focus on people who are more focused on gameplay feedback and working with them. Okay, let's see how this goes. What X? Yeah, see that didn't work either. So text 25 and oh, Dan, I'm not sure I've really progressed a lot. Like, I've just been working on tutorial, but that's just been using another asset. Like, all the stuff's already set up. I'm just customizing it and troubleshooting it. Thank you, Dan, for the nice, kind words of the project. At this rate, we're just going to get it out. That's all I'm trying to do, is just publish the game. And I don't expect it to be very commercially good. But just having something that I can look back in life and go, okay, I made a game. That's the point that I'm at now. Okay, we're just going to remove that red. That's going to be that. Scarios, am I making a vertical slice of the game, or is this an area of many in the prototype? So I'm currently working on the demo that I'm going to be showcasing to people at a game expo. And then after that, it's full production in getting everything done. So a lot of the systems are already in place. And I guess people would call it a vertical slice in that sense, in that it's a demo that shows the full game. But it's more trying to see how people respond to the different mechanics, whether it's fun or boring for them, because different people find it very different. Like some people who I know who have played it are like, oh, I'm bored, but also they play quite complex and intense games, where when I go to people who are either younger or don't play games as intensely, they actually get a bit lost in their game. And so it's trying to make sure that those who usually get lost aren't getting lost. And for those who may find it more boring, then I'm like, cool, not the game for you then. So that part is good. The one error I was getting, and I want to test it right now as well, but we might do it in a separate window because then I found issues happening when you play an editor, like in the level editor view. Yeah, Dan, my day's been fine. Been a lot of, jobs and errands, and I've been starting to go for runs each morning, so I do that now. And then what else have I been doing? Yeah, just cleaning up and applying for jobs. I think I've applied for at least 20 jobs in the past few days. Just trying to find casual work that I can do while studying. But when you're not, between 18 and 21, where they can pay you less, they're less inclined to pay you a casual rate when you're a bit older. Because in Australia, you're worth more. So they'd rather just have you on full time. But I don't want full time because I'm studying. So it's a bit of a predicament in that sense. So like all of yesterday, I just spent on my laptop just applying resumes, writing cover letters, doing all of that. See, if I say keep practicing, right, and I go up to here, then there's just a single text box. Now, I had this thought that if we go to the branches, and if I just do a branch 26, oh, if you just have a Hey Zoe branch, to a Hey Zoe branch, have the dialogue be Hey Zoe, and then we want it to go back to 21, I think it was. Yeah, 21. Don't end the dialogue. No, sorry, this is for 23. Whoops. Wait. No. Okay, when you finish practicing, come back to me and say end dialogue. And we're going to do Hey Zoe as the next one. So we'll go Hey Zoe, go to branch 21. And if we have the second option, keep practicing, and we'll have it as Hey Zoe, end dialogue. Oh, interesting, Dan, doing some history stuff. Completed 23. Okay, so Hey Zoe, end branch 23, I think it was. Yep. And so we do Hey Zoe. Let's see if this will fix anything. So keep practicing. Walk around, come up here. Oh. Ah, it did work. Great. We're just going to fix that a little bit there because it ended it too soon. So it said, are you ready? And then we want branch selection 23 to end the dialogue. So if we go back, 23, don't end the dialogue there. End the dialogue in the next one. And that's the thing that I'm just figuring out. Okay, this is a little bug. What if I just add an extra little dialogue or whatever? And it fixes it. And then that's good enough. If people hate the dialogue so much, they just have to, that's a bit of friction that they'll have to deal with. Because if it stops a bug from happening, I don't care. So, let's go through this now. Can walk, walk, walk. Yep. Got the drink. Give it to them. So keep practicing. We'll say start work. And then, haha, there we go. We've got ourselves a tutorial. And then we just start the level. Dan, I'll be streaming for probably another hour. And then I'll head off and do other things with my day. I just thought today, I had the obvious to myself, be a good time to, you know, actually show that I'm alive. Level 1 seems a bit intense already, hey? I feel like I've got to slow the rate down for level 1. But yeah, that's mostly the tutorial. I think the next step would be separating some of the text so it's easy to read. And it's annoying. So some of these branches are triggers for when certain things happen. And I was like, oh crap, that means like if I add more branches, then I would need to then, like everything gets pushed down. For example, if we go to the sync here, hopefully it doesn't crash. Yeah, we check if the next branch selection is 14. And so if we add branches before that, then everything else needs to be Karios, if you want to email me now, that's perfectly fine. It usually takes a bit for my inbox to notify me anyways. And so I was like, oh crap, how do I, manage this? But then I just thought, well, it's like versioning, right? We've got the different branches. And when there's an extra branch for this, we just call it branch 1.1 or 1.2 or whatever. And I'll do it like that until it has to go to the next branch, which I was like, genius, Nathan. Thought of that in bed, and thankfully I remembered it as well. But yeah. So what I'll do is let's play and have a look. Actually, let's read it together. Hey Zoe, I'm so glad you can make it. Before we open, let's go over a few of the basics. Try using the left joystick to move around. Customers will come in and seat themselves. When they're ready to order, walk over to their table and press X. I'll probably have to add, so what's that? That's branch 3. Go to the notepad. Branch 3, add icon, branch 3.1, icon, explain them, reading menus. Once you take a customer's order, it will appear at the top of the screen. There will show you a picture. I've got to fix this one. Yeah, show a picture of the drink and the table number along with the mood of the customer. Make sure to give a customer their order before their mood turns to red, otherwise they'll leave the store and will lose money. I've seen Moth Cocoon's Flow Graph plugin. Let's have a look, shall we? Do you mind explaining to me, KSY, you would say it's good? Like, I understand, like, it's a... Because here I'm seeing, like, timers and sequences, which you always see in blueprints. And then, like, playing a level sequence. There's an in-depth presentation, but I don't really want to go into that right now. But I guess we can quickly do that together. Oh.
Story or directed action. Quests, missions, objectives, non-real dialogues, spawning characters, changing the state of the world, scripting, and narrative and quest designers. This kind of level designers display rules engine. These editor pins created out of the referenced asset. Context pins on the play level sequence node are created from keyframes placed on the flow event track on the sequence timeline.
So it's funny, I'm actually not using sequencer at all.
This kind of magic allows designers of the signal in graph. Like this execution sequence node does exactly the same job as the sequence node in blueprints. A few remaining nodes, like trigger nodes, interaction node, come from the demo nodes, great, but some don't know anything about programming. Entire games can be created without programming, right? Well, that's common and quite hard to connect. Don't get me wrong, blueprint system is amazing, one of the best things in Unreal Engine 4. But if a given person decided we already have this another way. And the last thing, teaching level blueprints entirely might improve your game performance, because engine wouldn't have to...
Because the main reason why I'm going with mine, right, is because it already has, like, the text reveal, it already has, like, all of this stuff can be done through a data table, and has all the branches here, so that I can, you know, say player choice, go to different branch selections, and then you've even got, like, UI styles, so I can change the background, font colors, like, all that sort of stuff. That's why I'm using the dialogue component. And then, you know, it's already got everything built in, so I can walk up to a character, talk to them, have branching dialogue, and then just quickly use blueprints to have certain things triggers, which only needs to happen really in the tutorial stage, because that's what happens in the tutorial anyways. And all I'm doing, right, is like, if I go to this table, it's actually table tutorial blueprint. So the logic here is just, actually, sorry, that's, if we go to graph node, there's just one event here, which is an interface that says, hey, check table. And then we have a lot of this logic is from the parent class, because I need it to do those things. Because when that triggers in the child class, it overrides what the parent class was doing. And so I brought that logic over, but then also just added a bit of logic for when the branch selection is happening, which is fine for a tutorial. And definitely, like if I was doing an RPG, maybe do things a bit differently. But my dialogue is going to be very self-contained in terms of the systems. And most of it's just going to be like at the end and start of a level. I think the most complex part is actually going to be the tutorial when you want certain things to trigger. Like here on the sink, I've just made a child class of sink, and then we bind the event of when a dish is cleaned to this event here. So we check if the dialogue branch is the current one that says, hey, you can hold X to wash. And when that happens, then we just say, hey, re-trigger the dialogue to the next branch of the tree. So like it works for me, it's pretty good. And the only buggy stuff, I've been on the Discord of the person who like makes this plugin, and they're actually really good at bug fixes and updating things. Like when I first was using this, you would have to go to their dialogue component and do everything in here, which wasn't a bad system, honestly. Like I was doing this pretty well. But then I had installed this maybe 2 years ago and hadn't used it yet. And then when I was on their Discord, I was like, oh, wait, they built a whole built-in editor that shows you what the text looks like and all that sort of stuff. So I was like, that's pretty good. And only a few minor bugs and things that if you just ask them on Discord, they'll answer it. So it's been pretty good for my needs. With the Flow plugin, I know it seems to use sequencer a bit and also would need more setup. And like I've under a month to get all this stuff working. While doing other things. So it's one of those things where I'm like, I don't know. Is it worth it? I don't know. Like trying to convince me really. Right. Look, it's definitely a plugin I'll probably look in the future. But also, yeah, part of me is like, is it worth rebuilding what I've got now? Or does it is it solving a problem I don't have? I guess. Like what is the cost of re-implementing that versus what I've got now? Karis, it's nice to see you in here as well in the Discord. Welcome, welcome. I'll do my complimentary welcome to Discord. Yeah, Justin, I agree as well. Focus on what needs to get done, which is what I'm doing. So yeah, that's the reality, right? When you start working on a project, it's like you'll have tech debt of some sort, and you'll be halfway through, and you'll be like, oh, maybe we should rework this whole system. Nah, because then things will never get done. Because then someone else will come out with a new system and stuff. Anyways, I'm going to go through this text and make a note of other stuff again because we got a bit distracted there. I'll just leave this to the side. for that text, I think. It's all good. Yep, happy with that. So this one is branch. Next branch is 4. Yeah. That's all good. Aha. Okay. Branch 12. Okay, and we'll wash. And then we also need if practice start spawner timer. And I reckon we'll also just trying to think, because obviously there's things in like the gameplay stuff. I don't know whether or not I want to introduce that. I think for now, right, we're just going to try and make it so the text all looks nice. We're doing the basic stuff, and then I think we'll probably build that to Steam and get some playtest feedback tonight from friends. And then from there, they can help me focus on stuff. Yeah, so this one here, when a customer takes an order, oh, okay. And then we're going to so we're on branch 4. I'm going to go to 4.1. Make this one at the bottom. call this one 4.1. And then we're going to try and move it. Okay, Rojo from Mia Game Projects 2173. Sorry, that username is so hard to pronounce. Trying to figure out how to a vertex animation tool to work with state machines for my project I'm trying to work on. It is a bit hard for me to grasp, but I hope to figure it out. Cool. Why are you doing vertex animation? I mean, obviously making a tool and stuff is always cool, and having it work with a state machine. It sounds like a very lofty thing, though. I'm curious as to why vertex animation is... Like, is it for things where bones probably wouldn't be as good to use? Or, you know, I'm trying to think of things like water, simulate, like, cloth physics, that sort of thing. Hopefully not doing it for actual characters, because that would be a pain. Here we go. 4, and then we've got 4.1. To help with the amount of NPCs shown on the screen at a time. Interesting. Very interesting. Well, good luck with that. Okay, let's see how... Oh, hold on, before that. Let's just make sure 4.1... Hold on. I didn't even pay attention. I was like, did I hit that dialogue yet? Walk around. Customers will come in. Once you take customers, will hit on the screen. They will show you a picture of the drink, table number, along with the mood of the customer. Yep. I reckon we're even to like a 5 and 5.1. Or if we go to 5, let's... Does it fit if we just have the full thing in? Okay, yeah, I think we're going to do another 5 and 5.1. Yeah, look, when you're working on games, it just depends on what your situation is, like what tools you are already using, what game engine you're using, if any. The scope of the tool, the complexity of the tool. And then also your time and resources. Like, this is the perfect tool for me because of the current time crunch I'm in and the scope of dialogue that I need. But for other people, they like to make tools for everything, and they have the time to do that. Others, not so much. But I also think learning tools yourself is a skill that needs to be learnt, like reading other people's work, documentation. Oh, do we have two 4.1s? 5. Wait, that's also 5. What the heck? Wait, was that 5 or was that 6? That was 5. 6. Oh, wait, that's for the player. Scroll. 6. Five, 5.1. 6. Okay. Five point one. Next. Dialog text. Save. All right, let's see. Hey Zoe, I'm so glad you could make it. Before we open, let's go over a few of the basics. Try using the left joystick to move around. Move around. Customers will come in and seat themselves. When they're ready to order, walk over to their table and press X. Once the customers order, it will appear at the top of the screen. I will probably reword that. They will show you a picture of the drink, the table number, along with the mood of the customer. Make sure to give the customers their order before their mood turns red. Otherwise, they'll leave the store and will lose money. I've got to make this drink now. Once the drink is ready, it'll appear at the table in front of us. Now that you've picked up the drink, walk over to the customer and use X to give their order. Once the customer has received the order, they'll drink and be on their way. Once they've left their table, walk up to it and press X to pick up the dirty dishes. Then walk over to the sink and use X again to place the dishes in the sink. You can wash dishes by walking up to the sink and holding X. The green bar above shows how much one dish has left to be cleaned, where the red bar shows how many dishes are in the sink. Boom. The bars will go down, meaning you're washing the dishes. Next to the sink is the dish rack. When you clean a dish, it'll appear here. Each time I make a drink, a dish from here will be removed. Keep an eye on this. If you run out of dishes, I can't make any more drinks. At the end of the day, it's important to just try your best. If you get stuck, you can always ask someone for assistance. I need to reword this. Assistance at TGX. Are you ready to play, or do you need more time to practice? Keep practicing. Okay. When you're finished practicing, come back to me and use X to let me know when you're finished. And then we should have the timer start. which will be the next thing I need to probably trigger. We'll go up there. Hey, Zoe. Ready to play? Or do you need more time to practice? Start work. Okay, I'll open the shop now. Oof. And then we're going to the next level. Woo! So here's the spawner. We are going to okay. Let's check the parent. Do we have a... This is something I'll probably have to... I'm just going to do a custom event. And we'll call it tutorial timer. And I'm just going to call it spawn single NPC. You know what? We're going to call it practice timer. Because we do want them to have patience in terms of like them getting impatient and leaving. And then we're going to find event on, I think dialogue ended. I think that's what we'll do. Yeah, I've got to refactor this after TGX. Because for now, I think we're just going to do a spawner in here. Cool. Okay. Timer. how often do we want NPCs coming in? I would probably say every... Look, let's do 7.5. Because I'm like, 5 seconds is too quick. Oh, maybe 8. Should we do 10 seconds for practice? Maybe every 10 seconds. Looping. Yep. Wait, no, it wouldn't be 21 because the next branch would be... Oh. Because it'd be when we ask, hey, do you want to keep playing? Which branch is that? $22. So we will try branch 22 and we will see if it works. We'll do it within here so we at least can play test. See if the branch triggers. Oh, and then when you have 2 monitors of different sizes, then this happens. Okay, just stay here. Yep. Go down for me. And there we go. Yep. Gameplay. Text. Yep. Weird bug, but I don't think it broke anything. Yep. It's good because it's triggering, which is where we want it to trigger. Let's see if it'll go through when we do this. It didn't. Okay, next branch is Hey Zoe. We'll try that one. And so we play it all over again to test and test. All right, chat, we've got about half an hour left. So if there are any more discussions or things you want to talk about, feel free to put them in now, because we'll be finishing up soon. It's been a lot of fun talking with you all and catching up. And hopefully you can see that I've been hard at work on my game, and that hopefully soon enough we'll get to a point where we can publish it. Okay, what we're looking for is that red and white line that's flashing. We want it to go all the way through to the timer, and to start this timer here. When we say, keep practicing. And it didn't do it. Why didn't it do it? I don't know. Let's go through this dialogue here. It should be 23. Okay, we'll try that. No, we don't want that one. You want it here. There we go. Especially, Kairos, if you want me to look at your portfolio, feel free to send in that email. Because I've got it here and ready to receive. Oh, okay. Oh, good. Trying to compress a video. Yeah, good luck. Hello, Amir. Yes, thank you. Been working hard at it. Time to practice. Say, okay, I see the next branch is 21, it says. Next branch is 21. Keep practicing. Okay, now it says next branch is 23. Aha. That triggered. The question is, oh, okay. Yep. We're getting NPCs coming in. Oh, but oh, are we doing the whole? Yeah. Okay. Wait, but next branch is going into the dialogue. Okay. We need to somehow fix that. Oh, and we really need to really oh, okay. They've lost patience. Okay, we need to fix that because every time we go to the table, it's gonna trigger. Table event. Man, place item. Is that okay? Yeah, because I thought if it's equal to 9, which I didn't think it wasn't equal to 9. Begin dialogue. Interact. Branch selection is 9, which it shouldn't be. It should be to Hello Zoe. So if we go into the table settings blueprint for this one here and hit play, curious to see, yeah, that all goes, it says false. That one also said false. And we're on branch, that was branch 4. What's branch 9? Is that for when we clear the table? It is, isn't it? Yeah, okay. That's when they're... Okay. So it's actually a different one. Tutorial. Check table. No. That's checking 11. I'm like, oh, where is this being triggered from now? And this is the issue with dialogue. Thank you, Rahamafia Game Project. Sorry, I can't pronounce your game. Sorry, I can't pronounce your name. Because that is a mouthful. So I wonder if we go into table settings, if we will have, probably not. But if we're doing, okay, let's double check this, right? We'll play this. Two, next branch is 3. Next branch is 4. And that's, okay, we want branch 4. Three, 23, 2. That's sample stuff. Okay. Quest. Dialogue component. Moving actor. Library. Gameplay hard. Sure, let's have a look. TJX tutorial. 12, 14, 7. Player. Completed. So the closest one is 3, right? That was the one that was the closest. I wonder if we just... But that also didn't even do a dialogue thing. That just... spawned an NPC. Didn't even do the dialogue. My only other thought is if it was from the player. Go into characters. Okay. Completed. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Let's play through it and see if we can figure out. So walk. Customers will come in. Boop. Yeah, that would be the thing that triggers it. Customers order. And the funny thing is, if I don't do anything, it's like, okay, cool. And still nothing happens because we're on branch 12. Branch 14, nothing happens. Branch 19, branch 20. So next branch is 21. To keep practicing. It says next branch is 23. Next branch is Hey Zoe. Oh, and now it doesn't do anything. But once a customer orders, once you take a customer's order, it will appear at the top of the screen. Fixed showing once customer orders dialogue after asking to practice. That's dialogue 9. And I feel like we saw that. So we're going to do string equal dialogue 9. Table 11, 9. This one here. But it checks first to see if it is dialogue 9, and it's not dialogue 9. So why the heck? No, it's not getting out of hand. Just got to figure out why. Why are we triggering dialogue on the table when it clearly isn't the next branch? Because currently here you can see I mean, I don't know how well you can see it actually. Let me have a look on the stream. No, you can see it. You can see it. Right here it says, or it does say, when the next branch is. It says next branch is 4, and that's how I trigger stuff, right? And you just saw there that the thing went through as false because it's obviously not there. It's currently at branch 8. Next branch is 9, right? And so that triggers there like that, like it should. Like it should. Branch 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Right, we're at 21. Then 23, which is meant to do that. And then next branch is, hey Zoe. And then we do this. Doesn't do anything. And then it does. It does just there. Why did it do that? If we're asking the string has to be 9. Do I just need to do an end statement to check that it's also not hey Zoe? Desperate times call for desperate measures. But we want n end. Right? Wait, no, sorry, I'm doing it wrong. This is meant to be not. That's the wrong not. not Boolean. We'll give this a try. And now I can't pick up. Oh, the plot thickens. And by the plot thickens, it means it's probably just an error I'm making on myself and I'm not realizing. That's how it usually works anyways. Oh, okay. See, that is not in scope. Great. Cool. Well, that's a bug that I'm going to have to figure out on my own. Probably just sit back and look at it and figure out what I've done wrong. But I guess just to finish off, I want to show you guys something. I did some animations last night, and I want your opinions if you think they are good enough. Not perfect, not good, but good enough. So here's what we've got. Let me go to the dope sheet. Okay, this is Zoe's run. I'll probably speed it up. Also, this isn't looping properly because her elbows look a bit weird. And looking at this now, I'm kind of like, oh. But if, where's the speed? I forgot how, here we go. I think if we do 30, does it make it? Yeah. Probably will fix the arms. I don't think I like the arms anymore, going back to it. But that's Zoe's run. Run, hold. And again, getting issues with the elbows, which is the main issue I have with this rig. And then we've got a walk cycle, which is a little bit jittery because of the, it actually goes till 23. There you go. Got a little walk cycle here. That's how it would look in game from above. Pretty basic, pretty standard. I feel like maybe her legs touch the ground for too long. I'm not sure. And then same thing, but holding a tray, which is similar to what we've got now. But as you can probably see with this character model versus Unreal, I'm going to go through this dialogue before you can actually see it. Like, this is Zoe's character model now. Let's make her face in a decent position. That's the character model now. And this is what it's going to be with different facial features. So yeah, if you think that that is good enough, I would be very pleased with that. I think the main thing is, yeah, working on that run with those arms, that elbow. Because I almost, I reckon I have to adjust the shoulders actually. That's what I think is, because it's almost like she's just like pushing out her chest. Where maybe I do need to do the little Naruto run, because people do like that, and I like that too. And then the holding would have to probably fix the animation a little bit to make it so the elbows don't jiggle so much. But yeah. Cool. Thought I'd show you guys that. I'm going to finish up the stream now, because I'm done with the stuff I currently need to do. Yeah, so the hair and the bow and stuff's all going to be physics driven in Unreal. So we're going to have that moving as well. So that's fine. But yeah, that's been Coco Loco, the current update for friends who are playtesting. Expect a message from me soon so we can actually get feedback on that. And yeah, that's that. Thank you all for watching. If you're keen for more, I think it'd be improved if there was a counter movement between the hips and shoulders. There actually is. The hips move. Shoulders, not so much, but that's because I actually think the arms end up moving it as well. But Kairos, I'm keen to see the email and what you have in store for us. Thank you, Umi, for the stream. Thank you all for watching. Hope you have a good time. I don't know when I'll stream next. It might be next Tuesday. It might not be for a long while. We'll see what happens. Spontaneous, fun, enjoyable. What I do want to do, though, finally, to finish off, is to thank these beautiful people, David Hicks, True0067, Jamtonics. If you guys want to go check out his videos, he's a good friend of mine, Jamtonics, and they're working on awesome stuff over there. He's got a few devlogs if you want to find him. And Carmen Ryder, KFP. These people have been supporting me despite me not uploading, going MIA, and so I appreciate their support, especially during this time of figuring life out, really. Yeah. So thank you everyone for watching the stream. Thank you for those awesome people for being members and being able to use emojis, which I don't think everyone has been on stream today, though, these guys. Otherwise, they would have been, spamming the Nathan faces. But nonetheless, I thank you all. And yeah, I guess I'll see you all later.